Hello, everyone. It is Monday, 20th of March. Today, we are going to be working on the low back. I've asked everyone to have a tennis ball. If you do not have a tennis ball, I will show you an option to work your low back. We'll start lying down on our backs, knees bent. So to get onto your mat, maybe you can bring one leg back, or you can get to a big squat and get down onto your hands and knees first. Bring your feet around, and we'll lie down onto our backs. So in this position with the knees bent, it's a prep position for half bridge pose, right? If you have the tennis ball, lift your hips up and place the tennis ball underneath the right-hand side of your low back. And I'll quickly show it's not at the vertebra, not at the center. It's just a little bit to the right. And this is at your lumbar curve, please. So at the right-hand side of your spine, at the lumbar curve. This is going to curve your spine even more. And you'll feel the pressure moving down into the ball and curving more your low back. Place your hands on your belly and take deep breaths in and out using the diaphragm. It's the upper belly that's actually moving, okay? If you do not have a tennis ball, what I would recommend is you take your fist and place it in that spot. Now, of course, you may put a little bit of pressure on your fist. If that's uncomfortable, turn your hand a little bit to find the spot where it can be comfortable for your hand, your fingers, and your low back. Okay, so you should feel the pressure, everyone. Take another deep breath in and release. Now here comes the tough part. Raise your right knee and bring the right knee to the chest. It is forcing the low back to remain curved. There's pressure going into the muscles in the low back. If it's too much, you don't have to lift your knee up so high. Now, it's the same thing if you're using your fist. Bring the knee up, and if it's too much, you can take the fist out from underneath or readjust. See if you can find a good position. Take 3 more deep breaths, everyone. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, take the tennis ball out from underneath or the hand out from underneath. Stretch your legs onto the floor. And I just want you to breathe here and relax your low back. Notice there should be curve. There should be space between your low back and the floor. Couple of deep breaths. Really relax the shoulders. Let the chest open up as well. Okay, we'll do the other side now. Take your tennis ball, knees bent, or your fist, lift your hips up and place it underneath the left-hand side. So the spine, the vertebra in the middle, and you want to be to the left of the vertebra. You're not on the vertebra. Here it's creating curve in the low back. You could use your fist as well. Turn the fist a little bit to find a good proper position for the hands. Taking deep, slow breaths. Just allow the pressure of the low back to go against the ball or against the fist. All right, now let's raise the left knee. There should be more pressure on the ball, creating that curve, and it's pushing into your lumbar spine. It's pushing into the lumbar muscles. There's the QL, quadratus lumborum. There's also the spinal muscles going on either side of the spine. And it may affect as well the tendinous tissue of the oblique muscles and the transversus. So there's a lot going on there. Few more deep breaths in and out. Good. Let's bring the foot back down. Take your fist or the ball out from underneath you, place it to the side. We won't need it anymore. Stretch your legs on the floor and take some deep, slow breaths in and out. Notice how your lumbar spine feels. You should have curve and space between the floor and your back. Now we're going to bring the knees up, grab a hold of the kneecaps, and make a circle with the kneecaps. Now notice, we're going into rounded back when we circle. Why is this okay? Because we only stay there maybe for a second or two. And secondly, there's no weight on the low back. This is protected because you're supported by the floor. Change the direction of the circle. Deep, slow breaths as you go around and around. Good. Coming back to center, grab your legs, lift your head, nose to the knee. So again, it's rounding the spine, rounding the back, but you're supported. And also we don't stay very long. Bring the head back down, right arm to the right ear, roll all the way to your right hand side and lift up from the side. Good. Coming up onto the hands and knees now. Knees should be underneath the hips. Hands are underneath the shoulders. Take a deep breath in and curl your spine, look skyward. Breathing out and round, look to your belly button. Now again, here we're rounding just for a second. Breathing in, we'll curl. Breathing out, rounding. And again, at the same time when we round, there's no weight on the low back because we're supporting ourselves with our hands on the floor. One more time, deep breath in. And this time, as you round, open your knees, sink back onto the heels, and reach your hands far out in front of you into child's pose. Child's pose has a stretch of the low back. It should feel very good. It's also supported. And typically in child's pose, we should not have the low back rounding so much. It should more be lengthening, and you feel a stretch into the low back. It shouldn't be uncomfortable, should feel just fine. Lift your head, look forward, come up onto the hands and knees. Tucking your toes under, rise to a downward facing dog. So in down dog, I really recommend everybody bends their knees and lifts their hips because here is where you curve your low back. Sometimes if we straighten our legs too much, it pulls the hips down and it rounds the low back. We don't want that. We want a curved low back to lengthen. We're going to bounce backwards, pressing the hips backwards, knees bend more and forwards. And again, bounce back and forward. This helps to warm up the hips, knees, wrists, shoulders, and it preps our back as well. It's also a little bit in the toes and the ankles. Let's turn our toes to the right and we'll bounce here. Let's get side body stretching. Bounce 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Change sides, toes to the left, and we bounce. 5, 4, 3, hips go back and up. 2, see if you can keep curve. 1, turn them forward. Now open your feet as wide as your mat. Begin walking your hands backwards, fingertips touching the floor. Lengthen your spine. The butt is really pushing back and up to curve the low back. And we'll bounce here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One hand at a time on the thighs. Lift up your chest. So you get a super long back, long belly. Bring your right shoulder forward. Look over your left shoulder as far as possible. Come back to center. Left shoulder comes forward. Look over your right. Good. Back to center. And again, right shoulder forward. Back to center. Change. Good. One more time each side. So this whole sequence with cat and cow, down dog and the bouncing, this could be done, and this twisting, this could be done every morning just to prepare your body for your day. Lift your chest up, keep curve in the low back, keep lengthening through the belly, and raise your arms up. So now sink down and raise the arms higher, and then come back to a bent knee position, just not a full straight position. Here we go, sink down, 10, 9, this is again prepping hips, low back, belly, shoulders, arms, knees, 6, 5, 4, 3, belly in, 2, one more, and come to standing. Good. Step your feet inwards towards the center of the mat, and let's step forward till we reach the front edge. Perfect. Feet at hip width. Dial them out. Feel energetically they're turning outwards. It's engaging through the legs, glutes. Lift your ribs up, open your shoulders wide, and stretch your arms alongside your body. Just here, take a deep breath in, lift your chin, and breathe out, lower the chin to the chest. Again, breathing in, lift, breathing out, lowering. One more time, breathe in and lift. Breathe out and lower. And bring your chin parallel to the floor, eyes at the horizon. Perfect posture here, everyone. Now hands to heart center. Here we go. We're going to start the warm up, getting the blood flowing in the system. Deep breath in, raise your arms, stretch skyward. As you breathe out, bring your elbows to knees, coming down, 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 hands to the floor. Step back to a plank position, a very strong plank position. Lower your knees down, everyone. Lower your chest down to the earth. Point your toes and lengthen your legs out behind you. Squeeze your shoulder blades and take a deep breath in, rise to a little cobra. Bring your chest back down, keeping curve in your back, but the belly goes in. Lift up onto your hands and knees, tucking the toes under. Let's rise to a downward facing dog. Knees stay slightly bent, everyone. And we're gonna bounce back and forth here. 5, hips go back. 4, again, 3, 2, 1. From here, begin stepping first with your right foot, so it's inchworming, then your left, then your right. See if you can keep a long back, hips back. You're gonna need to bend your knees low. Then the hands come to the thighs. Everyone support coming up into chair. Good. Raise your arms up by your ears. Pull them down out to the sides to a cactus. 5, stretch them again. 4, stretch them. 3, stretch. Belly in, lift the chest. 2, and here's the last one. Come to standing, stretching the arms by your sides. Find that perfect posture. Hands to heart center. We'll go slowly again. Deep breath in, let's rise. Folding, elbows come to knees, hips way back, protecting the low back. Hands to floor. Step back to a plank position. Long body in plank. Lower your knees, lower your chest softly to the floor. Point your toes, lengthen your legs out. This helps the low back. Rise to a cobra. Bring your chest back down. Push up onto your hands and knees, keeping curve in your back. Yeah, tuck your toes, rise to down dog, knees stay bent. Here we go, bouncing back. 5, 4, hips are up. 3, yes. 2, 1. Start with the left foot this time. Inch your way forward, inching forward. Lengthen the spine as you inch forward. Bending the knees low, hands to thighs, lift the chest. Raise your arms by your ears, pulling down. 5, 4, Whew. 3, good. 2, 1, up to standing, arms stretched by your sides, perfect posture. We're gonna go a little bit faster now. Hands to heart center. Deep breath in, rise. Fold, hips go back, you're getting to the squat. Stepping back to plank. Lowering down, knees first, all the way down. Point your toes, rise to cobra. Up onto the hands and knees, and then down dog. Bounce it back, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stepping forward, right, left, keeping the back long and flat. Hands to thighs, lifting, arms go up, pull down, 5, 4, 3, good, 2, 1, up to standing, arms stretched straight. Hands to heart center, go again, deep breath in. Folding forward, I'm coming to have a look. Yes, stepping back. Beautiful, moving down. Excellent. Point your toes, rise to cobra. Excellent. Pushing back onto the knees, down dog. Good job, everyone. Bounce it back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step forward, starting with your left foot this time. Good. All right, coming up into chair. Make sure your back is curved. Hands go to your thighs first and push yourself up and bounce here. Yes, and bring your elbows down. Let's go. Pull down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, everyone, come up to standing. Okay, perfect posture now. We're going to add on to all of this. Hands to heart center. Deep breath in, let's rise. Folding forward, come on down. Stepping back to plank. Stop in plank and bring your right knee down. Right knee goes down to the floor. Open up your left arm. Lengthen your spine. Feel like your belly is lifting. Raise your left leg and we pulse here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the left hand and the left foot down. Listen carefully. This is going to change a little bit. Left foot stays down. Raise your right leg up into the down dog. Bend the knee and open the hip. Hold it here. 3, 2, good. 1, bring the foot back down. Move back into plank position. And move yourself down to the floor with or without your knees. Pointing your toes, lengthen out, rise to a cobra, and push back to your down dog. Knees are bent. We're going to bounce again here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Look to your hands. Inchworm forward. Now, when you inchworm forward, once you get there, you better have a curved back. Then, without lifting at all, hands go to thighs. Then you lift. You use your arms against your thighs, hands against the thighs. Raise the arms next to your ears. Come into cactus. Twist to your right, only the upper body. Knees stay pointing forward. Twist to your right. Good. Come back to center. Twist to your left. Whew. Back to center. And come all the way up to standing. Perfect posture. Let's do that again. Hands to heart center. So good. Deep breath in. Lengthen and fold. Woo. All the way down. Stepping back to a plank. Stop in your plank. Left knee comes down. Right arm comes up. Right leg comes up. Pulse it here. 5, lifting higher. 4, yes. 3, 2, 1. Right hand comes back down. Right foot comes back down. And you push against your hands to lift your left leg up. Bend the knee and open the hip. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. Stretch the leg, coming back and into a plank position. Lower yourself with or without your knees. Pointing your toes, lengthen, rise to cobra. And push back to your down dog. Bouncing here. 5, 4, 3, get dynamic, get strong. Stepping forward, left leg first. Hup, hup, hup. Front edge of the mat. Get into that curved position. Hands to thighs. Use your hands against your thighs to lift. Arms go up and into cactus. Twist to your left. Woo, use the waist. Coming back to center. Twist to the right. Oi, oi, oi. Back to center and up to standing. Perfect posture. 2 more rounds. Hands to heart center. Deep breath in. Folding forward. Stepping back to the plank. All right. Right knee down. Lift your left arm. Lift your left leg. Pulsing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The hand comes down, the left foot comes down. Raise your right leg, bend the knee and open the hip. Hold it. 3. Yes, get it up there. 2. Good. 1. Stretch the leg, coming back into plank. Lower yourself down. Point your toes, lengthen out, rise to cobra. Pushing back to down dog. And we bounce here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stepping forward, right, left, right, left. Bend your knees, getting into the chair. Push against your hands. Raise the arms to cactus. Twist right to center. Twist left to center. And up to standing, arms stretched by your sides. Last round, everyone. Let's go. Hands to heart center. Deep breath in. Folding it forward. Stepping back to your plank. Good. Hold here. Left knee goes down. Right arm up, right leg up. And pulse it. 5. Yes. 4. Good. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Bring it back to your plank. Yes, legs stretch straight and you can, oh, sorry. You know what? Some of you are right and I was wrong. You lift up and it's your left leg going up and open the hip. Well done, you guys. You remembered and I forgot. Hold it there. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Coming back to the plank now. Excellent. Well done, everyone. Move down slowly with or without your knees. Point your toes. Rise to cobra. Good job. And push back to down dog. So proud of you, everyone. Good. Bounce it back. 5, 4. Bending the knees as you bounce back. Bend the knees like you're going to squat. 3. Yes. 2. That's it. 1. Stepping forward. Keep that back long. If I see it rounding, I wish I could come and spank you. Hands onto your thighs. Coming up into chair. Yes. Arms up and then into cactus. Twist to your left. Go right around, twisting around the center of the body. Come back to center and twist to right. Good. Coming back to center and come all the way up to standing. Excellent. Well done, everyone. Take a big step back, get to the center of your mat. Bring your hands to your waist, and you're going to be doing a little massage for the low back. So your thumbs will be at the back, just at the spot we massaged with our tennis ball. And you're going to draw the tissue around your waist and towards your belly button. This is going to feel really good. So do it again. Knees stay soft. Draw the tissue around into the belly button. So from the front, it looks like this. drawing the tissue around and bringing my elbows forward. A little work of the shoulders as well. 2 more times. Just draw the tissue around to the belly button. If you've had something to eat before class, don't do this because this will disrupt the digestion. Draw around and to the belly button. Good. Release your arms. Step your feet a little closer to each other. Bend your knees softly. Let your hips go back. Hips go back. So you keep that curve in the back. Cross the right ankle over the left thigh. The knees point straight forward. Raise your arms and clasp all your fingers together except index and thumb. Sink down low so you're working your legs nice and strong. And turn to the right. You're working your back, your core. Keep lifting the chest. Turn your head as far as possible. And we hold here. Good. Keep breathing. 3. Yes. 2. Hips are back, back, back. 1. Unwind and uncross and release. Bend your knees again. Hips back. So thighs are back. Cross your left ankle over the right thigh. Clasp your hands together, except the index and the thumb. Twist now to your left. Keep the legs strong. Keep the knees pointing forward and up. And we hold. Turn your shoulders, belly in. 3, 2, 1. Unwind and uncross. For the next position, if you have any low back issues and it's sensitive, keep your arms by your sides. It's going to be airplane, and we're going to raise it into warrior 3. So instead of raising your arms in front of you, keep the arms by the sides. Knees bent, arms right now by your sides. Raise your right knee up. Set your gaze and feel the strength and power in your standing leg. Send the right leg behind you and now bring your gaze to the floor in front of you. Raise the leg as high as possible. If you have any low back issues, keep your arms here. If you want to go farther and you're fine in your low back, raise your arms in front of you and it's warrior 3 position. So remember, if it's too much, arms by your sides. If you want to go for it, warrior 3, arms in front of you. This really gets your low back working with the arms in front of you. Make sure you still have curve. I see some of you are rounding your low back. Push your butt up to the sky. Push it up to the sky. That's it. 3. Yes. 2. So good. 1. Come up to standing and release. Good job. Good job. Okay. We'll do the other side now. Soften your knees. Bend. Keep that curve in the low back. Please watch for a second. Some of you, when you brought the leg back, you rounded your back. You got to make sure that you keep curve. You keep curve in the back as you lift the leg. Here we go. Knees soft, arms stretched by your sides. Lift your left knee. Set your gaze. Feel the power of your right leg. And let's go. Send it behind you into the airplane position, arms by your sides. If it's okay with the low back, reach your arms out in front of you and hold. 5, 4, stay strong. 3, 2, 1. Coming up to standing and releasing. Good job. Hands to hips. Bend your right knee, bring it out to the side. You're at the ankle, maybe a little higher than the kneecap or the inner thigh. Arms stretched up in a V position to the sky. Lift your chest, lift your eyes, focusing on one point. Feel like your back is lengthening, reaching higher to the sky, just like a tree, reaching for the sunlight. Hands to hips, and the knee comes down. Good, other leg. Bend your left knee out to the side. Ankle, a little bit higher than the kneecap or the inner thigh. Raise the arms, lift your chest, lift your eyes. Focus on that one point. Keep breathing in and out of the nose. Hands to hips and lower down. Good job. Big steps to the front edge of your mat. Hands to your heart center. And we're going to move into plank. Deep breath in, rise. Folding, elbows come to knees. Bring yourself right down and into a plank position, everyone. Plank position, keep the low back curved. Pull the belly in, pull the chest forward, lift your head, holding here. If you want to go farther and your low back is okay with it, raise your right leg. Lower the right leg before you lift the left. Woo! Good job. Bring the left foot down, lower the knees, lower the chest, and come all the way down onto your belly. Hands under the forehead. Good job, everyone. Move the hips from side to side, letting go. Lift your head, and we're going to do a twist of the low back, which I find really, really beneficial. Open your feet, and then bend the knees, touch the big toes together. Okay? So the knees are wide, big toes touching. Bring your right arm out to the side and place the palm of the hand down onto the floor. Left hand comes underneath the left shoulder. Push against the left hand to lift your left leg, and you let your feet go to the right. Now, if you have any low back issues and this doesn't feel good, just don't do it. Just relax, okay? If you're feeling good and you can really go for it, really lift the left knee up. Keep breathing. 3, 2, 1. Softly roll back onto your belly, release the legs, hands under the forehead, and move the hips from side to side. Now we'll change. Left arm out to the side. Right hand under the shoulder. Bend the knees, big toes touching, knees wide. And let's go. Roll over. Let your right knee come up, up, up off the floor. And hold. Keep breathing. 3. There's a big stretch in the shoulder going on as well. 2. Good. 1. Coming back. Relax. Move the hips from side to side. Good stuff. Lifting the head, chest, and shoulders. Bring your elbows out in the cactus, just as we did before. Lift your legs and your head, chest, and shoulders. Arms come up. This is a full back workout here. Holding. 3, 2, 1. Come on down and relax. Move the hips from side to side. Perfect. This time, bend your knees, touching your heels. If you can't touch your heels, clasp the hands together. That's fine. Pushing the heels into your hands, open up the front of the body, holding here. Deep breaths. It's the modified bow. 2 and 1. Come on down, hands under the shoulders, push back up onto the hands and knees. From here, scooting the knees forward a bit, walk the hands off the right hand side of the mat, press your hips back. Keep curving the low back as you do this side stretch. Yeah, good. Back up, change sides, hands off the left hand side, press your hips back. Coming back up, bring your knees either together, or if you have a block nearby or a pillow, maybe you want to sit on the block or the pillow, kneeling down. Or if it's really not good for your knees, stay kneeling on your knees with a 90-degree angle of your knees. That's fine too. Find a position which is going to suit you. Raise your right arm and let's bring it over the head. Bring your left arm back and reach. This is a great posture for the triceps as well as the shoulders, keeping mobility in the shoulders, which simply means keeping your shoulders supple and hydrated. Joints need to be hydrated. Release, fingertips on the floor, roll your shoulders. And let's change, left arm up behind the upper back, right arm turns and reaches. If you grab the hands, great. If you don't, that's great too. It's all good. You just want to reach for the hands as much as possible. Lift your chin, feel the stretch in the shoulders and the triceps. Then we release, fingertips on the floor, rolling the shoulders. Good. Take the block out from underneath you, place it to the side. Come on to your hips, swinging your legs out in front of you. We're going to roll down onto our backs. If you have a block nearby, keep it with you. If not, we'll use the mat, but I'll explain that to you in a little while. So let's roll down onto our backs. Set your feet hip width. We are going to be doing one yogic bridge, okay? So elbows going to the floor, open your chest, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Raise your hips up. Now, the half bridge pose is a very interesting pose for many reasons. One, it really engages your quadriceps and your glutes, as well as a little bit the low back. So it makes them function properly together. It becomes a functional exercise. The other part of this exercise is it's working the core. If you feel your lower abdomen gently flattening out because of gravity and lifting up, that is really advantageous for your core, which helps the low back to be strong. Keep breathing here. We hold it for a little bit longer than usual. 3 more breaths. If it's too much, you can come down already. 2 more breaths. And 1. All right, everyone, raise your arms over your head. If you don't have a lot of space, you can bend the elbows. Lower your back, 1 vertebra at a time. Very, very, very slowly. Taking your time, 1 vertebra at a time. And once your back is all the way down on the floor, bring the soles of your feet together, knees wide. You're going to find you have curve in the low back. Hold it here just to integrate our back bend. Deep breaths. Good. Now we'll softly lift the knees back up. Now, everyone bring your hands underneath your glutes. So underneath the structure of the hips. You don't want it too high. You really want it underneath the fleshy part of your glutes. So this helps to protect the low back. Raise your legs up, Legs go up, arms are down, hands are underneath the glutes. Let your legs fall to the right. You're gonna get more pressure on the right arm all of a sudden. Breathe out, pull your belly button up and in and lift the legs back up. Ooh, good. Now to the left. Go as far as possible for you and breathe out and rise back up. Now, if this is not good for your low back, do the same thing, but with the knees bent. Go to your right. Breathe out, belly in, pull them back up. And then the left. Breathe out, belly in, pull them back up. Again, right. Yes, breathe out and lift. Left. Breathe out and lift. Okay, so that was a little warm up for our core. We are going to do something a little bit more complex and a little bit difficult. If you need to, you can watch the screen. We're going to go to the right. Now, either you can bend your knees, bring your feet close to the floor, back to center and lift, or you could do it with straight legs, out to the right, and you make a half circle, out and back up. Woo, same thing to the left. We go out to the left, you could do it with bent knees, swing your legs down towards the floor, lengthening out, and then lift back up. Ay, 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 to the right. So it's like a half circle, drawing a half circle with the legs and lift. To the left, hands stay underneath your glutes, please. Back around and up. One more time each side. Keep breathing. Around and up. Last one. To the left. Around and up. Knees to the chest. Rock from side to side. Relaxing the low back. Good job. Very good. Whew. Okay. Keep the knees up against the chest. Squeeze your right knee to the chest and stretch your left leg onto the floor. Holding here, make a nice big circle with your foot. It's a big, big circle. And then change the direction of the circle. Flexing your foot, stretch the leg to the ceiling. Now here is going to be important to keep curve in the low back because we're going to be stretching and holding the position. So pull the leg towards you softly, keeping curve. Remember how I showed you the deep forward bend with the rounded back? It's the same principle here. Keep curve. Please don't round your back in this position. Holding 3, 2, 1. Bend the right knee. Let the knee fall to your left. Turn your head to the right. Spinal twist. Yeah. Good. Holding. 3, 2, 1. Roll onto your left hand side. Grab a hold of the right ankle. Push the knee behind you, hip forward, and we hold. Bring the right knee to the right shoulder and softly roll back onto your back. Knees up, rock from side to side to relax and let go. Keep your left knee against the chest. Right leg stretches onto the floor. Big circle with the foot, releasing any tension that has built up. Change the direction of the circle. Flex your foot, stretch your leg straight. Remember this, curve in the low back. Do not press your low back to the floor. Keep curve. You'll be able to continue stretching the back of the leg without risking the low back. So pull the leg towards you. We hold. Deep breathing. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bend the knee. Let the knee fall to your right. Stretch your left arm out. Spinal twist. We hold and we breathe here. Raise your left arm, roll to your right hand side. Bring the foot behind you. Push the knee back so you get a stretch of the quadriceps. Good. Well done. Bring the left knee to the left shoulder. Roll onto your back. And once again, rock from side to side. Now, if you don't have a block, take your mat and roll it up 2 or 3 times to make a padding. Lift your hips and place that padding underneath the hips. Raise your legs to the sky. Grab a hold behind your thighs to hold it there. Okay, so just this little lift, it's maybe 2 or 3 centimeters perhaps, can be enough to drain your legs and to release your lower back. If you have a block, take your block and place it underneath your hips. Raising the legs, same thing. There's a draining that goes on. Palms facing the sky. Take deep, slow breaths to relax and to let go. If you need to hold on to your legs, do that, or hold on to the pant legs or the shorts that you have. We're only going to hold here for a minute, but it is so good and healthy for your circulation as well as your low back. If you regularly get low back issues, take this posture at the end of your day, every day. It really helps the low back to release and to let go, and to get it into a proper position where you refine curve. We need curve. No straight lines in nature, so our back should not be a straight line. And that's about 1 minute. So let's bend our knees now. Set the feet back down onto the floor. If you've rolled up your mat, lift your hips up and set the mat back flat. Take the block, if you have a block, out from underneath you. Bring your hips down. Stretch your legs out one at a time onto the floor. And turn the palms of your hands to the sky. Begin taking deep, slow breaths now. And just now, as you're relaxing, bring your attention to your low back. How is your low back feeling right now? And see if you can relax it. Relax your low back and let go. Letting go of any tension you might be feeling. Now begin to soften and relax the legs. Soften and relax your feet. Soften, relax the belly and the chest. Your hands, your arms, your shoulders. Soften, relax the neck and the throat. Jaw. all of your muscles in the face, head. Let's bring our awareness back to the back. Feel as if the back is heating up, radiating heat. And as the back is radiating all this heat, allow it to soften the rest of your body. And see if you can keep this softness for the rest of your day. This soft, relaxed body. And perhaps even an attitude of softness. Being soft and peaceful can also be powerful. So let's begin now to take deeper breaths and start to move your fingers and your toes. And when you're ready, raise your arms up over your head and stretch from fingers to toes, lengthen out. And then bring your knees up against your chest, squeezing the knees against the chest. Let's rock from side to side. Good. Right arm to the right ear. Let's roll all the way to the right-hand side. Pushing down into the earth, lift yourself from the side, coming to a seated position. That's great. Let's rub our hands together, everyone. Heating up the hands. Bring your hands over your face and softly tap around the eyes. Shake your hands out. And this time, let's rub our hands together. And I want you to grab a hold of your eyebrows. So we're going to squeeze thumb and index very close to the center of the eyebrows, and then squeeze moving out to the corners of the eyebrows. Do it 3 times. Squeeze in the center. And coming out, this helps to relieve a lot of tension. Center and squeezing, coming back out, feels really good. Bring your hands to your heart center. Have a lovely afternoon, everyone. Happy day of spring happens tonight at 10:30. Namaste. All the best to you.